Hello, YouTube. How is everybody doing? I hope your week is going well so far. So, today's Tuesday, and on Tuesdays, you guys know I like to give you guys update on the top, sweater, whatever exactly I'm making. Well, this time around, I'm making a sweater. I am using Pound of Love yarn, and here's what it looks like. It is a deep burgundy, it has like little black throughout it. Now, I'm going to, next time I'm at the camper with this, I'm going to lay the sweater on the ground or on the table, somewhere where there's lots of light, and I'm going to pair with it the burgundy I have in the bag and then a black with it, because I'm thinking I may actually do the trim in black, but I want to do it within the natural sunlight so it's easier to compare the three colors and see which one I think would go best. Because now that I'm thinking about it, the burgundy I have set aside, um, I feel it's a little too off in color where I think the black would meld in together with it better. So, how far along am I? Well, I am 2/5 of the way done. The second half, which would put it at 4/10, which you guys all know if you're good at math is 40 of 100. So I'm 40% roughly done the second half. I do have the first half kind of tacked together just to kind of hold it and make it easier to look. So as you can see, I got it tacked together here at the end, roughly where I think the armhole is going to be. And then once I get the second half to this point, I will then try it on and see what I think. So as you guys can see, it's coming along. This is the second half front panel. And then, of course, the second half of the back panel, which is attached already to the first half. Now, if you're new to my channel and you're wondering, hey, Tammy, that's kind of a neat design. How'd you come up with it? Well, that's a story and a half, if I must say so. I printed out this pattern for a top. Oh my goodness. I know it was pre-pandemic because I did it at the library. I don't have a printer here at home. And I just kind of put it amongst other printable patterns I had and didn't think anything more of it for the longest time. Now, I found the pattern in a crochet magazine. Which one, what year, I couldn't tell you. It was so long ago. Anyhow, I had this red kind of fuzzy yarn that was given to me. It has a bit of wool in it, but it didn't bother me, so I thought, and it's light, thin yarn. I thought this would be perfect for a summer top. I got started. I think at one point I was doing one size, and then somehow I made it to a different size. And at one point, the number of stitches around didn't add up to any of the sizes. And it was done in the round. And I don't know what I did wrong there. Somehow I gained and lost stitches or whatever it was I did. And then in the pattern, it calls, like when you get down to, I think it was row 7 and 8, I think it is. You got to go back and repeat rows 2 and 3. And then go back down to 9, then go back up to 1. Well, what I did that the first 2 attempts, like around. The third time around, I got down to the 7 and 8, and I went back up and did 2 and 3, and instead of going to 9, I just continued on to 4. So the width between the eyelets was much thinner than the previous 2. So it's like, okay, this is wrong. I know it's wrong, and this yarn's got a bit of fuzz to it. There's no way you're frogging it. No way at all, especially the number of stitches around. If it was only like 4 or 5 stitches, I could have maybe, shook it a little as I was trying to get it to come loose, and you can get it to come apart, but it's very time consuming. So I decided, okay, that is not working. Let's just end it here. And I turned that into like a little cowl infinity scarf, fold it in half, put it on nice and chunky around the neck. I thought, okay, good enough. Then I ended up taking that yarn and I came up with a different pattern. And I wish I'd done it wider than I did, but I made it like a little wrap type idea. But it's so long. Technically, I could take it, double it, and make it into like a scarf and be super warm with it. So it's now a scarf instead of a wrap. So I really liked the pattern. Now, I didn't have a whole lot of yarn that could be made into a top, so I thought, okay, I'm going to put that away for now. But I've got all this yarn. Let's see if I can turn it into a cardigan and do it in the flat, except for when I'm at the arm sections, like doing the sleeves, and then I'll do it in a round. But I was smart, and I actually wrote out all the instructions 1 through 9. That way, it wasn't telling me to repeat and then go back down and mess up again. So yeah, that's how this pattern became this pattern. Now technically it's supposed to be even number stitches, because when you do the round with the eyelets, like you're doing a double crochet and then chain one, skip one, so you got spaces, then you're supposed to technically end with a chain one and then skip that last stitch and join it to the chain 3 of the chain 4 where you started. The only problem is when you do it in a flat, you want a double crochet or a chain 3 at either end of the garment, so you have 2 solid pieces. So yeah, I had to add an extra stitch, which is no big deal. So right now it's an odd number. When I join it and I start doing the arms, like the sleeve section, I do know the first round is going to have an odd number. So I'm thinking where the seam is, the one before and after the seam, I'm going to combine them into one single crochet instead of 2, which then will put me at an even number, and I can just work in the round, and I'm going to do both sleeves at once. I do currently have the first Pound of Love balled up and in the bag, ready to go for one sleeve, and then the other sleeves I didn't want to do a tie on, other than just at the shoulder area, but I didn't want to be halfway down the sleeve and do another one. And another reason I'm doing both sleeves at once is if I decide at some point I want to decrease, that I can decrease on the other arm at the same time. And I will put a stitch marker on sleeve 1 kind of thing, or sleeve A, however you want to do it. And that way I know which, and go back and forth, back and forth. It's a little more time consuming. Like, yeah, I could do all 9 rounds and then go back and do all 9 rounds with the other one. But like I said, I'm going to be decreasing at some point on the single crochet rounds, and I got to make sure the number of decreases is even, so that when I go to doing the eyelet round again, it's going to end with a single crochet, or chain 1, sorry, and a skip stitch. So yeah, that's how this became this. It is a little on the longer side, which is nice because it's going to cover the hips and the butt, which is what I wanted. And the sleeves are going to, like the shoulders are going to drop shoulder because of how wide I made them, because I'm pretty wide across the shoulders and the back. And I'm hoping to be able to seam up the sides and not have too much of a gap here. So the lapel area is not going to be like, half the front kind of thing. I just have to do a smaller lapel type idea. How I'm going to do that, I'm thinking a double crochet, front double crochet, or a treble and a front treble. I'm thinking maybe trebles because they'll work up a little quicker. Yeah, a little more yarn, but it will work up quicker, less rounds. I'm thinking down at the corners in the front, maybe marking those stitches and then doing like just, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but make sure I got my center stitch always marked, and hopefully it will work out that that center stitch is always, say, a regular double or a regular treble, so that I can put 3 into it. So we're going to have to see how it works. Not sure. I may have to play with it a little. And then, of course, because the way I split it at the back, it's got kind of a V there, but I'm thinking the lapel will hopefully still work across the shoulders and around the neck, like the collar section. But it's trial and error. It's for me. If it's not perfect, I'm okay with it. It's not like, I'm entering into a contest or giving it away or someone paid me to make it, kind of thing. So that's how my top's coming along. It's going to take me a while before it's done. Right now I do have a time-sensitive project on the go, but it's a 3-month time-sensitive, so I'm not like scrambling to get it done this month. There should be still one more time-sensitive project for this month, but the Secret Yarnery, to my knowledge, has not put up the new wheel yet of what we've got. So I don't think it's out yet. I'm going to go double check her now that I'm thinking of it. And I'm waiting to find out what that project's choices are and what color. And then from there, see if I have a color that will qualify. Or if on the weekend I may have to go and get a skein of yarn. um, if you're new to my channel and you'd like to see the outcome of this cardigan or other projects I am currently working on, please consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on notifications. I am mainly a yarn channel. I do knit and crochet. Dabble a little bit in vegetable gardening on my balcony. This is my first year, and it's been half a flop so far, half a success. I've lost a fair bit of my plants, and we're not 100% sure if it's pigeons or if it's a squirrel. Now I'm 3 floors up, and you're thinking, and there's no trees outside my balcony anywhere, and you're thinking, Tammy, there's no squirrels. Yeah, that's a good possibility. I was sitting outside yesterday, actually, and at the end of my building, there's another apartment building that's not part of ours. We have 3 in our complex, but the one beside it is ours. And in between it, there's a walkway, and something up high caught my attention in between the walkway because both walls are solid brick. And that building that's not ours, I put it maybe 6 floors tall, and in around the 5th floor, between the walkway section, so on the solid brick side of the wall, there's a squirrel climbing up it. It went up to the 7th floor balcony, or the 8th floor, whatever number floors it is, and went up on the balcony. So I thought, okay, our building's brick. There's a possibility it could be a squirrel that's coming to my balcony eating my plants before they even get any further. 2 of my cucumber plants have developed flowers, so I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I get a few more flowers and I start seeing bees, because you obviously want the bees for the pollinators. My tomato plant has not yet bloomed any flowers, but it should be any time now. It gets getting a good size. I'm going to be home this weekend, so I'm thinking possibly this weekend getting my one bigger 5-gallon bucket ready, because I think it's almost ready to transplant into it. And then there's another plant in with it. I'm not sure if it's a radish, because my husband did kind of tip some pots over early on in the greenhouse section. So we're just going to transplant both over. Okay, I think when I go to transplant, I'm going to kind of shake off some of the dirt and see what's going on with the plant, the smaller plant, which I'm not sure what it is. And my peppers did not develop at all. Most of our little pop-up garden centers at the grocery stores, I think, are all pretty much done now for the year. So I'm out of luck for peppers. I could try and maybe plant some more seeds. The only pepper seeds I have is the ones that were sent to me from someone's pepper. It wasn't actual out of a package. So I don't know if those pepper seeds are going to be any good. Next year I will try and plant some more and see what happens. I definitely got to make sure I kind of mark containers a little better. But hey, like I said, it's a learning process. This is my first year. I said right from the beginning, if I get one piece of produce that myself and my family can eat, that is a success in my book, because like I said, I've never done this before, and we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed, at some point I can show you produce. Also, my husband and I, we do a lot of camping. We have a private property with a camper on it, and we spend a fair bit of time up there. So you never know, I may have videos and pictures from up there to share with you guys. But yeah, consider hitting the subscribe button. Love to have you. And guys, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.